This is John. This is John in the car. John, what's up?
Yeah, Wiggy, I know you know a lot about football. You're really smart. You've coached really well, and that's why you've been so great at that. You said Saquon Barkley was the reason they won the Super Bowl. Like I kind of had to think back to the Super Bowl that the Philadelphia Eagles won this year, and didn't he run for like less than 60 yards? Didn't get a touchdown.
No.
Like he went nowhere every time. Didn't Jalen Hurts throw all the touchdown passes?
He did.
Didn't the defense wasn't the defense the reason why they won that? Oh, I forgot. Okay.
So let me ask you this question, John. Let me ask you this question real quick. John, you got John. John, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Did the Philadelphia Eagles have all those same players that you just mentioned last year?
The defense?
They had the defensive guys. They had Jalen Hurts. They had the wide receivers.
Defensive guys, to be fair.
They had the wide receivers. They had Jordan Davis. They had Jalen Carter.
How were they the year before?
They lost. They didn't get
in the playoffs.
But they didn't win a Super Bowl. The reason,
they were in the playoffs, though.
the reason why they won the Super Bowl.
Hold on, we're not talking about.
The reason why the Philadelphia Eagles. The reason
we're not talking about a team that won.
But the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl
they were already good.
we're in the Super Bowl is because Saquon Barkley rushed for over 2,000 yards, and that was the biggest difference.
Because they were good the year before.
They were good, but they didn't win it
the year before.
So why didn't they win it last year?
Why did they win? Not because of him.
Of course they did. Did you watch the Buffalo game? Not the Buffalo game, the Rams game.
You're saying he was a difference maker all season long.
Yes.
He wasn't the reason they won the Super Bowl.
He was the reason they got to the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl game, yes, he didn't win that game. But the main reason you won a Super Bowl is because you added Saquon Barkley.
Right, and the tush push.
Well, you had the tush push last year.
To Wiggy's credit, he did rush for over 400 yards in 3 games leading up to the Super Bowl.
He had one bad game, and that was the Super Bowl. And it wasn't a bad game. It was like, all right, we know we're taking this away from us. And what the Eagles were able to do is defensively they stepped up. If the Eagles don't have Saquon Barkley this year, you think they win the Super Bowl?
No.
Right.
No.
And that's the reason. And so when I say it, I mean overall, you were able to get and win the Super Bowl because you added Saquon Barkley, not because you added some offensive linemen. It was basically the same offensive line. Sean was basically the majority.
It was just added Mekhi Becton. That's it.
It was basically the same defensive guys. I know they picked up the linebacker.
Well, they had their 2 corners were rookies. Cooper DeJean, who had the pick six, was a rookie. Quinyon Mitchell, also a rookie.
Right, but when you look at the foundation of that team, it was a lot of the same guys from the year before.
I fear that you're going to be very disappointed on Thursday night.
I am.
I just feel like it's going to be, with the 4th pick in the draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell, and it's going to be...
Yeah, but think about it. We were all kind of, besides Shime, we were kind of disappointed when they picked Drake May. We were all watching.
What?
I wasn't.
Did you watch the video of us at the bar?
Yes.
Everyone's kind of like...
I don't know what you're talking about. I was excited. I mean, obviously,
go back and watch that video. It was not overly excited.
Well, us here in the studio having a draft party last year, we're very excited.
Yeah, I was wanting Jaden Daniels, but when they took Drake May, I was extreme. I mean, I knew that's who they were going to take, but there was no disappointment.
All right, I'll pull up the video.
Yeah.
If they take a lineman, it's going to be pure disappointment on my part.
I'm gonna be so sad. I'm in here watching Ashton Jeanty highlights during every break. Like I'm all greased up for Ashton Jeanty, and I'm just never gonna get it.